When you're getting your knowledge pretty much anywhere, but especially on the internet, you need to be careful where you're getting it from, and you need to make sure that the knowledge that you're gaining is actually legitimate. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about a trap that a lot of people fall into and that a lot of people see as success, but is actually a very, very short flash in the pan and should be avoided entirely. Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Zach, and if you're new to the channel, learn all the secrets of the e-commerce world simply by subscribing to my channel and hitting that little bell icon so you don't miss anything. And in this video, I'm talking about a trap that a ton of people fall into and that I see constantly promoted all over the internet, especially amongst the more guru types. And when I say guru, I'm going to be talking about the realm that I'm in, which is more of like the e-commerce YouTuber, like the dropshippers, Shopify, all that stuff. That's more the realm that I'm talking about here, but really it is all over the internet. And I'm gonna say here, a lot of the gurus on YouTube do know what they're talking about. They have formed legitimate businesses, they make some great money online through a bunch of different sources. There are a lot of legitimate people out there. However, there are a lot of illegitimate people out there. And while they do definitely have some knowledge, they have to get to the point that they actually were. I'm not discrediting this. What I am saying is they don't necessarily have all of the information and the knowledge to give you to be able to form a business that you really, really want to be forming. Okay, and what do I mean by that? Well, this population of gurus that I see all over the place are basically people that have flash in the pan success and try and promote it as a consistent way of business, and their way of business should be how you go about it to make a ton of money. And that's crap. I absolutely hate this. So I call these types of gurus fry cooks because, like I said, it's more of a flash in the pan. They just throw it in there, sizzles a little bit, they get a little bit of money, and then it dies out, right? I've actually seen a ton of different gurus out there, whether they're selling magnetic putty or they were selling fidget spinners when they were hot, right? What they do is they hop on these trends when they're hot. They get very, very lucky because a lot of the time it doesn't happen on the first, second, third, fifth, 10th item, right? You eventually find a winner after quite a bit of time, or they get it on their first try, which is ridiculously lucky because really nobody can know how well a trend is going to sell until you actually get into it, right? But what they do is they hop onto this trend and they get really, really lucky with a really good item and they sell it and they make a couple $1,000s and then it dies and then their business is done. However, they now have the social proof to be like, hey, I made $5,000 in 1 week selling this item. I'm gonna tell you exactly how I did it. Okay, and another disclaimer, I'm not saying this is totally useless information. You definitely have to have some knowledge of marketing, e-commerce, Shopify, dropshipping as a whole, in general, to make money like this. However, what I am saying, and like I said previously, this is not the knowledge that you want to consume and not the knowledge that you really want to kind of put on a pedestal if you want to make a legitimate business selling things online. And that's because of the fact that, yes, it is a flash in the pan. It's more playing off of trends than actually getting a good brand behind everything that you're doing. And when you base your brand entirely on trends, you are running an extremely volatile business. Let me tell you, boy, okay? If you're depending on people, what they think is hot to sell your items, you will face ridiculous failure. I can guarantee it. There's absolutely no way. Some people can do this. Either they're ridiculously experienced marketers or they just are getting super lucky up until this point of playing into these trends and making a lot of money from it. But I mean, 99.9% of people, if they try and do this and try and play into a trend to make consistent money, you're going to fail. And the reason behind that is when you are selling into these trends, what's happening is you always need to stay on top of things. And with these trends, people are going to respond to them differently, like through all the different items. So if you're trying to sell like fidget spinners, then you hop over to like magnetic putty and whatever else was going on at the time. Your audiences are going to be changing all the time. Your products, it's going to be super stressful to try and find new ones that are on the trends. And really, when these products die out, you're done. Now, what's the alternate to this? Well, the alternate is basically forming a legitimate store, getting a legitimate brand, getting a bunch of items that fit under that brand or the niche that you're selling in and selling them on your store. And then you create value amongst these items to sell on your store. And this way, once you create that value and once you get the very, very strong brand image, it's going to allow you to run your store and run the same advertisements and market to the same people in the same way for months and months and months. I mean, obviously you gotta be creative still, right? But it's not going to be like, oh, you gotta jump from one thing to the next thing, the next month, next thing, the next month. No, it's going to be very, very consistent. And then additionally through this, what you're gonna get is a bunch of fans of your company. They're gonna keep buying from you. Average order value is gonna go up. Average conversions per customer is gonna go up. It's just in the long run, it's ridiculously more beneficial to form this solid brand. Now, am I saying to not sell trendy items? No, and I actually would recommend it for newbies because of the fact that when you're selling trendy items, especially if you go on a website like Pexta.com and find some hot selling items that are currently selling right now, this can be great for beginners because of the fact that these items are already proving that they sell. So I would actually recommend this because it takes a lot of work out of product research if you're already selling items that are already on the rise, right? You can get a few sales on your store, kind of understand what works and what doesn't, and then go on from there to form more of a brand. Where a lot of people fail is that, well, they see these gurus and they're like, oh, I sold magnetic putty, $10,000. 10 months down the line, they're still like, oh yeah, this 1 month I sold it, blah, blah, blah. They don't have any more current like earnings because of the fact that they were just a flash in the pan and their store's been dead for months. But people see this and they're like, oh, that's all I have to do. Just go find a trendy item, throw it on my crap dealsforall.com store that doesn't actually have a brand behind it, and then just hope that it keeps selling. And then I just gotta do that every single day for the rest of my life, and that's how I'll get the money, right? So yeah, definitely move away from this if you can, as soon as possible. Use it to gain the knowledge, use it to actually make some quick sales, see if you really know what's going on. But in the end, forming a legitimate brand is what's going to give you that longevity years and years down the line that's going to allow you to run this same business like I am running the same business. I've been running it for over a year and it's only scaling up. Very little work in comparison to running a trend store where you have to constantly find new products. I'm always adding new products to my store, trying to find the new things that sell, but it's a lot better because I just stick to the same niche and the same audience, and I can really tell what's working and what's not, and it's very consistent, and I love this consistency, right? Making money online is all about more like freedom. You want the easy money rolling in, and you're not gonna get that if every single day you have to sit at your computer and try and figure out the next customer trend. People can succeed. It's pretty much like stock market trading in a way, right? You always gotta be watching the new trends going on. But the longevity factor is just so much better. It's a lot easier to brand too when you're selling more solid products and not just the trendy stuff. I don't know. This is something every store that I see really that I'm sent with drop shipping. A lot of my subscribers are good about this because I do talk about branding a lot, but a lot of other stores that I see are just like these general stores that sell these trendy products that are even just kind of old. They're kind of crap. I really don't like it, and they don't succeed, and that's exactly why. So be careful with these fry cook gurus who have success once and then try and tell you everything on how to succeed, right? They made some good money, they may have some good facts, but don't follow their business plan exactly because they do not know how to form a legitimate business, and that's really the end goal here. Remember, you always want a solid brand and a solid business behind everything to get that longevity and make sure your business isn't going to go under within a few weeks. So if you want to learn how to make a profitable Shopify business, I have a link to my course down in the description below. I also have a link to a free 14-day Shopify trial down there. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed what I said and how I said it. Check out those videos over there if you want more ideas for what to watch, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out.